Hey everybody, it's Matt from the house, and I'm here with Jason from Burton, and we're going to run you through the Burton Pow Board ladder for the 22-23 lineup. Let's check these things out. So first up, we have the Pow Wrench, which is straight out of the family tree line, and pretty cool board. Obviously, really big nose on this thing. Really cool wrench-shaped swallowtail. But a lot of people have been really digging this thing, including Dave Downing.
Yeah, that's kind of his go-to board. He rides the 52 Pow Wrench most of the time. It's one of those boards that, you can ride it depending on size for condition. It does have, quite a bit of taper to it. It is the flat top end, so flat through the middle with the early rise, but it does have a wider chassis too, so you can definitely really lay these things over. They're super fun on hardpack. You're not going to boot out, but benefit of having that wider chassis that does create that volume shift, and you just displace more snow. Pow Wrench is super fun.
And really good graphic this year too.
Yeah.
Okay, jumping up from 550 to 660, we have the Fish 3D. So iconic Pow shape from the Burton lineup. And then this thing has actually got a little extra juice in it in addition to the 3D shaping. So adding a little bit of carbon in this thing, right?
Yeah, so you kind of jump up to that custom level construction with the carbon highlights on it. So the board definitely has a lot of energy, a lot of feedback, but definitely drops the weight of the board quite a bit.
Yeah, this thing is super
but
light.
They're super easy to ride. I mean, Pow boards are just super fun to ride everywhere. It does have that flat top bend. Got 30 mils of taper in it. The beauty of this one is that we do add that 3D contouring. So we've got that kind of boat hull nose in there that really just displaces the snow. You can ride lower grades of powder fields with these things because they plane out a lot easier. You don't have to go super fast before you plane out on that snow.
Awesome.
And then the tail's got the kind of the hull contour on the tail there, so it just kind of exhausts out the back. So the board just really, once you get it into deep snow, the balance point is way towards the tail.
So definitely a little bit snappier, livelier ride when you get onto those groomers, and tons and tons of float when you get into the deep stuff. All right, and then a big jump up to 840 in the Forager. Obviously, if you got your Custom and you got your Custom X, we gotta have the Custom X version of a Pow board. So the Forager, big float in this thing, and lots of power too.
Yeah, so definitely a little bit more on the hard charging end of things as far as the Pow shape. So worked with Masa, one of our Japanese powder legends. He's the one that designed this board. Really deep swallowtail on it, so just removing all of that surface area out of there. It does have a pretty unique construction on it too, where it has a short channel in back. So this will fit basically, a size large EST, binding. That's where your back foot stays. If you want to change your width, you just switch the front up. So it does have that directional camber in it as well. That's where a lot of the power will come from. But again, that really long, swooping, tapered nose provides a lot of float as well. Stiffer through the middle with that more aggressive construction like what a Custom X would have. With the carbon highlights, high voltage, the center WFO, just a higher end hard charging Pow stick.
Yeah, and this thing too, the nose on this thing is really long, and it's a pretty mellow kick too, which is kind of nice. I always liken it to boats. If you've got boats like a tugboat, those things plow water, and when you're in snow, you want to get up on top of it. And then like those cigarette boats that have those really long, elongated hulls in the front, they want to get up on top of the water. So same thing here. You actually want that nice long nose to get up on top of the snow for that easier flow. All right, well, thanks for checking out the Pow ladder for the Burton boards for the 22-23 season. If you got any questions about these boards or any of the Burton boards that we have at thehouse.com, definitely leave some comments down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions. We want to make sure we get you into some rad gear, but most importantly, we want to make sure that's actually going to fit you and your riding style. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, definitely get that bell on too so you can find out when all the new videos drop. And make sure to grab one of these new Burton Pow boards, find yourself some nice deep stuff, and get out and ride, because any day riding is a good day riding.